So in order to celebrate being halfway to my goal of 100 subscribers, thank you to those of you that have subscribed, and to those of you that haven't, well, you know what to do. No, don't switch off. No, I meant subscribe. Anyway, in order to celebrate exceeding 50 subscribers, today I'm going to list 50 or more nicknames given to emergency service workers. Now, before the rest of you switch off, bear with me, because there is a story to this which follows after this. So for those of you that don't know, I work for the ambulance service full time. 3 months ago, roughly, I was in the pub with my dad. We were talking about nicknames, inter-service nicknames, terms of endearment and stuff like that. The topic was, what do people call us in the ambulance service? There's lots of nicknames for the police, let's be fair. We all know many nicknames for the police, and they're all pretty much insulting. And we know a few for the fire brigade, but what do people actually call us at the ambulance service? And this is what sparked the conversation. I've asked police officers, I've asked firemen, what do you refer to us as? Generally, we get referred to as paramedics, or from a general public point of view, ambulance drivers. And I go with that because it's amazing how much of a bone of contention the phrase ambulance driver is in the ambulance world. There's a lot of people who get pretty miffed about being referred to as an ambulance driver. And at the end of the day, we do drive an ambulance, and if that's the worst we've got to be miffed about, then it's really nothing when you think about the nicknames that the police have. So I set my dad a challenge, and that was to try and find out as many nicknames as he could for the ambulance service. Now, my dad used to be in the Royal Navy, so he's all about inter-service banter and nicknames and such like that. And he's a member of a group on Facebook called Jack Speak. And this is all ex-servicemen and current servicemen, all from the Royal Navy. And he posed this question to them. The response he got was phenomenal, of all these people throwing nicknames towards me dad to pass on to me. So what I've done is I've compiled them nicknames, and I'm going to share them with you today. Now, to make sure that we don't show favouritism towards all my colleagues in the ambulance service, as that would not be fair, we're not just going to cover the ambulance service nicknames we've got, we're going to cover nicknames for the police and the fire brigade. Now, some of these are quite amusing, some of them are quite interesting, and some of them are a little risque. So, yeah, let's get on. Now, a quick disclaimer before I start. I have a huge amount of respect for the police and fire. I am very privileged to work alongside these very often. The work that the guys do in the police and the fire, besides what we do, is terrific. And from when I was a member of just the general public, my view of them has changed, and seriously, these guys do an absolutely amazing job. And all jokes aside, everything that I'm about to say in these lists, there is no malice there. It's purely good fun and a bit of banter between us all. So I hope you all take it the right way. And really, if you don't take it the right way, why are you doing this job? Because let's face it, we have thick skin. So let's get on with the list. So we'll start with the police. Now, these are actually split. I've split these into 3 categories. Because as I was documenting them, I was quite surprised actually about how you could actually categorise some of these. So we'll start with food-related nicknames for the police. You know where I'm going here, don't you? Now, if you can tell me why we refer to the police in this nature, please drop a comment in the comments down below, because I am genuinely intrigued as to why they've got these nicknames. So, Old Faithful, as we all know, they are known as food-related, pigs, bacon, rashers, donut patrol, donut munchers, donut squad, or rozzers. Now, I didn't know that Roz's is food related, but apparently it's an East London slang for roast. A Roz is East London slang for roast. So there you go. Roz's, food related. And of course, if you want to insult a French policeman, the gendarme, you know, they're good morning, I was just passing by and I thought I would drop in. You could call them poulet, which is French for chicken. Apparently, they find that just as insulting as the British police do being referred to as pigs. But yeah, if you know where that comes from, let me know in the comments down below. Then we've got TV and film reference. Now, this is only a few of them, and to be fair, there's a lot more which I'm sure you could come up with. So, Officer Krupke from West Side Story, Dibbles in relation to Officer Dibble from Top Cat. Now, to be fair, that's one of the ones that I used to use when I was younger. Starsky and Hutch, The Fuzz or Hot Fuzz, more relatable to the Simon Pegg film, brilliant film. A good old-fashioned one, Columbo. Let me just ask you one more question. Terrible impression, I'm sorry. The 5-0 from for Hawaii 5-0. Yeah, alright, I won't. The Sweeney. And of course, something I grew up with, the Bill, or the Old Bill. And then we've got the miscellaneous ones. So we've got Filth, Scum, the Popo, something that I've used. I think that's more of an American reference, the Popo. As along with the Feds, or as the Mexicans call it, Federales. And then of course, the Boys in Blue, quite a popular one. Thin Blue Line, which is something that I definitely associate with. Because we are the Thin Green Line and the Fire Brigade are the Thin Red Line. The Bizzies. Now I looked into this. The Bizzies is because apparently it's a Scouse or a Liverpool nickname for the police because they're always too busy to deal with the things that people were ringing up for. Ducks and Geese, Cockney rhyming slang for police. The Ducks and Geese. Ducks and Geese. One that I definitely still use, Bobby. That's in reference to Robert Peel, Bobby Peel, who founded British modern policing, or modern British policing. The Peelers, which was actually the nickname given to the police originally. They were called the Peelers. PC Plod, which apparently implies that they're dim-witted. The Mounties, bit of a Canadian reference there. That's how we refer to the horse-mounted police. And the Guard for the Republic of Ireland. So, to be fair, most of them aren't really that bad. But, and I know from working alongside the police, that, you know, it's taken with a pinch of salt. They're not fussed. So, let's move on to the Fire Brigade. So, firefighter nicknames. Now, I'll be honest, until I joined the ambulance service, I always just referred to them as the Fire Brigade or Trumpton. So when I did a bit of research into this, and of course joining the service, so Water Fairies, Fire Bobbies, I think this one's particularly one that's used amongst ourselves and is meant in good taste, Drip Stand, because, well, it speaks for itself. Daffodils. Now, I had to have this one explained to me because I didn't know what a daffodil. Well, I knew what a daffodil was, but I didn't know why do we refer to the fire brigade as daffodils. Well, it's because they've all got yellow tops and they stand around in bunches. I know. And then some more that I looked up and found was smoke jumper, ladder monkey, hose dragger, hose sniffer, nozzle jockey, and fire bunny. And of course, I mentioned earlier Trumpton. And I'm a bit too young to remember Trumpton. Was that the Hugh Pew, Barnaby Grew, Cuthbert, Dibble and Grub? Could be wrong, but tell me if I'm wrong. And now finally we get on to the ambulance service. So, like I said, we were only aware of the nicknames paramedics or ambulance drivers. The response we got from Jack Speak on Facebook was brilliant. So here are the list of nicknames that have been presented to us. I love this one. Heels on wheels. Neck holders, hole pluggers, drunk wardens, ain't that the truth? Wheelchair robbers, okay. Stretcher bearer or stretcher fetcher, I quite like that one, stretcher fetcher. Nino nursey, bandage pilot, bone collectors, plastic docs, Failed Midwives, these are good. Brufen Boys, Paracetamedic, quite like that one. Accident Angels, Wheeler Healers, Bandage Mechanics, Yellow Taxi, Ditch Doctor, and finally, and I've left this one till last because the dark side of my humour really appreciates this, Morrison's Van Drivers. Now you're probably thinking, what's the dark about that other than the fact that the vehicles are similar in colour? Well, that and they both deliver fresh meat. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? But there you go. So there it is, 50 plus, nearly 60 nicknames given to the emergency service. It was a bit of a silly vlog. Weather wasn't too brilliant, so I didn't manage to get out there and do what I wanted to do. So until next week, when I'm going to try and put into action what I had planned for today. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to tick that bell so that you can be notified of future videos. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Give us a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. And in the comments down below, if there's anything I've missed in regards to nicknames for specifically ambulance staff, then drop us a comment down below and let us know. And until next time, I'll see you soon.